welcome to another SHUMPCAST. I'm Tony Shump, Ralph Nardellan.
And I'm Domenic Antonio Salvara.
Oh, what? No excitement there?
Oh, mate, the Saturday, didn't you watch the footy on Saturday? I was going for the D's and, mate, we haven't stopped partying. We
We don't even vote for Melbourne.
Yeah, I know, but remember what you said to Mick Lynch?
Oh,
Mick Waxy Lynch? You called it. You said on this show 2 weeks ago.
Last week.
You said Melbourne were going to win by 80 points, and they all laughed at you.
Oh, he laughed.
Did they all laugh at you?
And what did he say?
He said, mate, if they win by 80 points, I'll buy you a bottle of scotch. That's what he said.
But he said 80 points exactly.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
No,
it's 74 points.
He said,
hey, Waxy, you owe him a bottle of scotch.
Well, pretty much because
yeah,
because it's he said it was 79 points.
Yeah, I know.
It's got to be 80 points exactly.
Yeah, but come on, you predicted it. I've got my voice is gone. Anyway, that's for Scotty Agresta, Jeff Milne, David Southern, all the Ryans, all you guys. Go the D's.
So I should put some money on it, shouldn't I?
You should have put money on it.
So if I would have put...
it's too late now, mate. The ship sailed. Stop it.
Well, yeah, but if you say 80 points...
Anyway, what is your favourite show of all time?
What? Favourite
Australian show. Come on.
Australian film you're talking about?
Australian film.
Oh, well, that's a good question because on today's show we got a guy called Paul Hagl.
Hagl?
Yes, he makes film location videos. He goes out to all the films, Australian films like The Castle and Mad Max.
Yeah.
I'd say my favourite Australian film would probably be, The Castle would be up there.
The Castle, not a bad show.
Yeah, I'd like that. Waking Fright, another great Australian film.
Yeah, but I was thinking mainly, when I was at Kent Community School back in the old days, I think we went to this place called Seaford and we went on to the beach in Seaford and I think they were filming Mad Max. I'm not sure. I'm going to ask this bloke.
Wow. Yeah. That's your Australian film, dog?
That's my Australian film, yeah. Mad Max, the first one.
I am the toll cutter.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
I am the night rider.
Anyway, stop with your acting stuff and let's see if we can get me mate Paul Hagl on. What do you reckon?
Okay, let's get him on the show.
Okay.
Paul, hey, how are you, Paul?
I'm good, thanks, Tony.
That's good. The first thing we want to probably ask you is about the film locations, about... What made you want to make these videos?
What inspired you to go and find all these places?
What inspired me? I think it was when I was in my library a few years ago and I was in the film and TV section, which is where I always gravitate to. Yep. And there was a book called When Hollywood Came to Melbourne, and it was about a film, I think, 59.
What was the film called, sorry?
It was On the Beach.
On the Beach.
Oh, with Gregory Peck.
Yes. And I'm reading this book, and I'm thinking to myself, this should be a documentary. You have a person go and visit all these places and see what they look like now, and then sort of juxtapose them with the film. So I thought about that, and I wanted to make like a documentary. I really wanted to do a proper thing. So it took me about 1 year to make it. And in the meantime, I did other little films like Malcolm and Death in Brunswick, and just really enjoyed doing that. And I keep going because people keep watching them.
Yeah. So what's your background in film? Like you said, you're a filmmaker or a videographer. Is that right?
No, I'm a video editor and I'm a videographer. My brother has a production company.
Oh, okay. And
I work as a cameraman for him, and he works as a cameraman for me sometimes.
Okay.
Very good. And what about? Hey, when I was a young man, like we went to Seaford Beach, like the Seafood Pier or whatever it was, and they were telling us that they were making a film. Was it Mad Max? Like back in the day? It's Seaford. Did they use the Seaford Pier?
With Toe Cutter and the characters in the film, Toe Cutter and Johnny, putting a rifle in his mouth.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was true, yeah? That was Mad Max getting filmed then.
The first Mad. What year was this when you were there?
Mate, it was in the 70s. Oh,
70s.
Yeah.
That was Mad Max, and I'm glad that I rewatched that video last night.
What year was it made, Mad Max? 1980 was it? Or was it 1975 was it? I can't remember.
1979.
79. Yeah, I was close. Yeah. There you go.
So we probably were there about 78 while they were filming, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
Very old. I just turned 59, so there you go.
I envy you that you like during those times. It must have been great.
Oh yeah, mate, it was awesome. We were watching it being made, and we're thinking, oh shit, we're part of something special here. And that was when we were like in high school. Yeah.
Well, all I've got is Ghost Rider. I was walking to work. I worked at Crown Casino for many years, and on my way past the footbridge, they were shooting Ghost Rider, and you weren't allowed to walk over the bridge. And I sort of stood there for a bit and watching a helicopter sort of above the footbridge and people running everywhere. And so, yeah, I was there when they were shooting that. So you've got Mad Max, I've got Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hey, did you see Nicolas Cage? Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His skull on fire.
Wow.
Tearing his way through Melbourne.
How tall is he? How tall is he, Nicolas Cage?
I don't know. I don't know if I actually saw him. I just saw people from a distance. But
Okay.
I don't think he would have been there because he's on a motorcycle in the film and he's like got a skull for his head and he's on fire. That could have been anyone.
Yeah, so he probably would have just been in the studio while everybody else went and did the hard work. Yeah?
Yeah, smoking a joint somewhere probably.
Yeah. Good on him.
So with the film locations, Paul, how long do they take to make these videos? I mean, it's a lot of work you got to do, a lot of research and stuff. You know, like you just do it on weekends, or you just how do you go about it?
I could give you an example for the Mad Max video. I spent about nearly 2 months just figuring out where I'm going to go and in what order because it's all over Victoria. I didn't want to backtrack.
Yeah.
So I had a big map of Victoria and I figured out, and I shot the whole thing over 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so I dropped the kids off at school, and then I went off, and I had to be back by 6 because the after-school care closes, and if you're late, I don't know what happens if you're late. I don't want to know.
I think they keep the kids overnight, and you've got to pick them up the next day. Something like that. Yeah.
Crikey. And so I edited that in a couple of weeks, and it all came together very easily.
And what do you do that by yourself? Does anyone help you?
Well, the Mad Max video I did completely by myself, and I'm always really touched when people leave comments on that video saying, congratulations to all the people that were involved in this.
Just you.
So what do you do? You put
me
the
and my tripod.
So you set up the tripod, turn it on, then walk around to the front?
Yeah, sometimes I got in my car and drove off and had to drive back, and I'm leaving my, $2,000 camera on the side of a road.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Really? Well, let us know when you're doing the next one. I'll come and grab it.
Yeah, we'll come and look after it for you.
Yeah, but there was no one around. We're talking about, what's that place called? On the way to Geelong.
Laverton.
Little River.
Little River. That's where they filmed a lot of Mad Max.
That's where the River Band got their name.
Yeah, just explore, talk about location, Paul. Just tell us about the locations of Mad Max, because everyone says it's filmed here, it's filmed there. Can you give us exactly where it was filmed, most of the scenes?
Yeah, because we had a bet.
Most of Mad Max is filmed in Little River.
Yeah.
And there's one scene in Clunes.
Yeah.
Clunes, yes.
Well, there are some scenes that are shot like in Paran. And, the hospital is in Kew.
Yeah.
Where the goose is all burnt up, and Max goes there and he says, "That's not the goose."
That's not the goose. You did that really well.
Do it again.
Can you do it again? Because you sound like one of those actors.
That's not the goose.
Oh my God! That's fucking unbelievable.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Very talented.
I'm working on my for Ghost Rider. Nicolas Cage is a scene where he looks at all the carnage that he's inflicted, and he says, "Oh my God." He says it like that.
Oh my God, you've just done that like Mad Max. They could be the same character.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you should get a bloody Academy Award. Anyway,
AFI Award.
You left out Seaford Pier.
Oh yeah, Seaford Pier, yes.
Yeah.
It was Seaford, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, mate, I'm sure we were in Seaford when I was with Kent Community School, and they wouldn't let us go close to this thing because they said, "Oh no, we're filming a film," and I'm sure they said Mad Max.
Well, George Miller didn't even have permits to make that movie. They just went out and shot it.
Yeah.
And they bought stop signs, and they actually closed off roads and highways.
Yeah.
And made cars wait.
Wow.
They had no permit. They just got a stop sign. He said, "Oh, sorry, and the cars have to wait for them." And then when they were done with the scene, they said, "Okay, you can go."
Wow.
That's
that was
cool.
it. Oh. Hey, what about That scene with I am the Night Rider.
What's that?
That was...
Where was that shot?
That whole chase, I think, was Little River.
Oh, Little River.
But it was really hard. You know, when the Knight Rider, his car blows up and Max is staying there, it's really hard to see where exactly he is. But you just look at the road. The road is very easy to recognise.
Yeah.
It's still exactly the same. It's a very narrow sort of road.
Yeah.
But how do you know where the location is? How do you find
How do you
out?
pinpoint it? Like, how do you know exactly where it is?
Oh, sometimes you have to just go there and I've got the movie on my phone and I'm looking at the film and I'm sort of... But other times, it's documented on the internet, or people, you get into like a discussion on the internet, people are... Facebook pages, Western Suburbs Facebook page is very helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Google Earth, pretty much. I sit in my study and just use Google Earth to find locations.
A mate of mine used to live in Strathmore, right? And he used to always tell me, oh, that's where they filmed the castle, blah, blah, blah. And we went to go and have a look at the bloody house in Strathmore, and it was gone. They must have just picked it up and took it away, did they?
Yeah, they did. They took it to...
Are you kidding me? The whole house?
No, what's funny about it is that they took it to the Beechworth Lunatic Asylum.
Oh, my God!
I've got a video.
You should go, Dom.
You
should go there.
You should. Let Paul talk. Sorry, Paul.
I said... I actually went to that Beechworth Lunatic Asylum. That's what it's called. It's closed. There's no more lunatics. But I was the lunatic that was going there to find the house. And it's in the backyard of this asylum, just sitting there.
Where? Because they told me it was in Strathmore, and when we went to Strathmore, they took it away. So where is it now?
Yes.
It's in Beechworth.
Strathmore is where it was, right next to the airport.
Yeah.
And then... It's Beechworth. If you go to the main street of Beechworth and you just follow it to the end, there's all these gates, and you go through there, and there's a massive, beautiful-looking building. And if you go right to the back of it, the house from the castle's sitting there.
Oh, and is the Serenity really? Did you just feel the Serenity? Did you feel the Serenity?
Well, there's no Serenity in bloody Bonnie Doon.
Oh, okay.
That's a dump of a place.
Sounds like a terrible place, Bonnie Doon.
He loved it in Bonnie Doon.
It sounds depressing, Bonnie Doon.
No, but he loved it.
I think that's the joke in the movie. When you go to Bonnie Doon, you realise, the joke is this place is shit.
Oh,
and he loves it.
Hey, we didn't say that, all you guys from Bonnie Doon. Paul Hagl said that, okay? So if you're listening from Bonnie Doon, go after him. Yeah.
You turn your comments off, I noticed, on the YouTube.
I don't know how to turn them on. I don't know why. I don't know why. How do you turn them on the YouTube?
You're just in your YouTube
settings, is it?
Video annals thing. I don't know. You just have a look around.
See, Paul, we don't know what we're doing. We just pretend like we know what we're doing. But yeah. We get our kids to do all this sort of stuff. You know, we don't know anything about social media.
Now, just for our listeners there, Paul, you've done quite a lot of film location videos there. You got, as we spoke about Mad Max and the Castle, you also did Picnic at Hanging Rock, Romper Stomper, The Big Steel, The Club, Death in Brunswick, Malcolm. It's a lot of Australian films.
What about Hanging Rock?
Oh, gee, that destroyed my video camera, Hanging Rock.
What happened?
Well, I had to get a new video camera because, I was using a tripod and a gush of wind came along and it tipped over and went smash on the rock.
Oh, my God.
Smashed the camera and Hanging Rock.
Don't ever go to Hanging Rock, mate. Fucks everything up.
Wow, yeah.
Well, the problem is the ground is not even. It's so frustrating, but it's a beautiful place. Like, I'm not knocking it. And a beautiful film. But, yeah, that did my camera in for good.
Mm. And what does your family think about what you do? What do your kids and your wife think about what you do?
Oh, they couldn't care less.
So that's your time, is it? Is that your little hobby, or?
Yeah, I usually take a bit of leave from work and then I go out and do it, and I can't do much at the moment because of the lockdown.
So how are you coping with all that?
Oh, yeah, I can't do any work because with the production company we film schools, like school activities, debutante balls and things like that. So none of that is happening. So I'm just homeschooling kids and digging holes in my front yard, trying to build a retaining wall and trying to stay sane.
Oh, wow.
And planning. I've got videos planned, a few. but who knows?
What have you got planned? Because we might need to use you too. We might start a little Shump company thing.
Shump.
Yeah.
Well, Ghost Rider is one that I started videoing, but had to stop. Spotswood is one I'd like to look at.
Oh, Spotswood. That was filmed in Spotswood, obviously.
Yeah. Was it actually filmed in Spotswood?
What? Sorry?
Was it actually filmed in Spotswood? That's the one with Sam Neill, wasn't it?
No.
Anthony Hopkins.
What's his name?
Anthony Hopkins.
It was Sam Neill.
No.
Anthony Hopkins.
Was it?
That's it.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins. He was in it. Yeah.
Well, they remind me of the same bloke. Anyway, go.
Most of it was filmed in Spotswood. There's a couple of bits in Kensington.
Kensington!
Oh, okay. Don.
Whereabouts in Kensington?
It was, you know what, it was a street that overlooks all these factories. And when I saw it in the movie, I thought, where the hell is that?
Oh, yeah, back down.
Oh, yes.
That's towards Macaulay and all that, on the way to North Melbourne. Yeah.
Now, Paul, along your journeys there making these videos, have you met any famous actors from while you're making these videos on film locations? Have you met anyone?
Oh, actors?
Yeah, like actors or producers or directors, that have seen your videos, or like, have you come across anyone as you're making these videos?
And wipe it off and say you're sorry?
I'm glad you asked, because when I was doing the Malcolm video, that was made by Nadia Tass and David Parker, and they have a company called Cascade.
Yes.
Ooh.
And it's in South Melbourne, so I just showed up there at the place where they are, their production company, and I just walked in there, and there was pictures of their movies on the wall, and I had a look in a room, and there was the car that splits apart in Malcolm.
That little yellow thing,
Yeah, it was in a room, and I'm looking at it. I'm going,
wow, that's exciting.
This woman came up to me and said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yeah, it's like Nadia Tass or David Parker here." And she said, "Oh yeah, David Parker's here." So I said, "Well, can I talk to him?" She said, "Yes." And I thought, God, this is really happening. She took me into his office.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there. He's the writer of Malcolm and The Big Steal.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm making a video about Malcolm where it was shot. Can you help me out? And he went, oh, that sounds interesting. And so I chatted with him, and he was telling me some things. And then I said to him, I'd like to do Death in Brunswick.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, yeah, I was a cameraman on that film.
Oh, my God.
Wow, there you go.
Small world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he got on the phone, and he called John Rowan, who was the director of Death in Brunswick. And he said, I've got this guy here that wants to make a video about your film. You want to talk to him? And I'm just sitting there thinking, I can't believe this is happening. And I'm talking to John Rowan.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, what are you doing? I said, I'm making a YouTube video. And he said, a what? I said, a YouTube video about, can you tell me where that movie was shot? Like, can you give me a list of addresses? And he said, why are you doing that? And I said, well, I said, just for fun. He went, all right, give me your email address. And he sent me an email with these addresses of where the characters were in the film. And he said, yeah, it took me 2 hours, but I finally found this in a box. And I just thought, thank you.
Hey, Paul, just quickly,
Yeah.
What about that car? Does it work? Does it split in two? Where is it?
It's when you walk into Cascade Productions, there's a room on the right. It's just sitting in there in this messy room with shit all over it, and there were boxes inside it, and it's a tiny thing.
Does it work?
But no, it must have. I mean, it's going in the film, but I think there were 2 of them they made.
Did you get a photo of it, or sit in it with a photo or something?
No, I didn't think of that.
Okay, that was the first thing I would have thought about. I would have jumped on top, maybe one of those sexy poses on the bonnet, and just take a photo. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, that's me.
Now, out of all your videos there, Paul, what's your favourite out of all of them you shot? What's your favourite you had fun doing out of all those?
Well, I watched them all last night just so I could remember what the hell they're about. But I think I really like the one I did on the club.
Oh, the club. Yeah, it's a good.
I was sitting there watching that going, oh, this is quite well put together, if I don't say so myself.
That would have been my favourite movie if it wasn't about Collingwood. Because it's about Collingwood, it's probably my 4th or 5th favourite. But having it been about Collingwood would have been one of my tops. Love
Yeah,
Tom
but
Hagl.
they're all idiots in the film. All the Collingwood people are just morons.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
That's just like real life, isn't it?
I don't know. I did watch the grand final last night, but I don't know much about football.
Yeah.
But I'm glad Melbourne won.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
More money on it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you have money on it?
No, I think you said in the podcast you were going to put money on. Or one of you said it.
Yeah.
Well,
Melbourne.
Melbourne winning by 80 points, but they only won by 74.
Yeah. I did say
So
I was
just missed out by 6 points. Otherwise, he would have been a multi-millionaire.
Yeah. Now, just so what about just quickly the Romper Stomper? That's another one there.
Oh yeah, Footscray. Was that around Footscray?
Yes, I went all around. I'd never been to Footscray, and I thought it was a fascinating place.
You've never been to Footscray?
No.
Oh my God!
I might have driven through it.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it was,
But never stopped the engine and got out of the car.
Yeah, no, it used to be pretty rough.
So your camera was safe there, didn't get stolen there while you're filming?
Your car wasn't on bricks when you came out?
Well, no, I didn't know much. I didn't know it was a huge crime centre of Melbourne, so I was just walking around as normal, and no one stole my car. One guy did come up to me and say, "Yeah, what are you doing?"
Oh, right.
I was filming in a shopping complex.
Oh, okay.
And people do get a bit. They get a bit worried when they see me with a camera.
Yeah.
Especially all the drug dealers and that. Yeah, they probably don't want to be on camera. Yeah.
Thank God I didn't know that.
Well, you might have had a few on camera, and that's probably why they were trying to come over and piss you off.
Yeah, that's right. And also too, Paul, you've done some other videos there on Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chaplin,
Laurel and Hardy, they're my
Marx Brothers. They've got quite a few hits on YouTube.
Brothers.
What
did you do on that?
Yeah,
Paul?
what's going on there with those videos?
Well, they're just compilations of my favourite moments of Laurel and Hardy and Charlie Chaplin and all that. And I sort of put music behind it.
Oh yeah.
And they go for about 7 or 8 minutes. And that was just an excuse for me to sit and watch all these movies that I have.
Did you have Bud and Abbott Costello? Or Bud and Lou and Abbott and Costello, whatever they were?
Yeah, well, I own all these movies. I have hundreds of DVDs, and I've got all of the Abbott and Costello films, so I just had to transfer them into my computer.
Yeah.
And so I was having a great time just rewatching all these films that I love so much and then saving the certain moments.
What about the Marx Brothers? Did you get the 3 of them or the 4 of them?
I've done 4 of them.
Oh my God!
Yep, I have a video for each of the Marx Brothers, even Zeppo.
Even Zeppo, that's what I was going to say, because everybody forgets about Zeppo.
I know, yeah.
He was supposed to be the cool, the womanizer sort of out of the group.
Well, only in one of the films he's like that, and the others he's just basically standing off to the side of the camera.
Yeah, he does
half
nothing.
his arm, and
Yeah, he's a nothing. That's why they got rid of him.
Anyway.
No, he got rid of himself.
Did he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought Groucho would have thrown him out.
No, he just said, enough with this, I'm going to become an agent, and I think he became a successful agent later on.
Okay. So he made them all work, and he just reaped all the benefits.
All right, Paul, thanks, mate. Appreciate your time.
Oh,
right.
Is that all we got time for, Paul?
Yeah.
Paul.
Great talking to you, mate.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to have to catch up with you too soon.
All right, just give me a call.
Well, once all this stuff's over, we've got a couple of skits in mind, so if you wouldn't mind you to come and have a look and maybe give us your expert advice.
Oh, yeah, I watched some of your skits.
Yeah,
Rolly hitting the car. It was like very Monty Python.
Yeah, that was a few years ago. I think we've got better script writers now.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
All right, big hand for Paul Hagl. Did we pronounce it right?
Paul, you're a legend, mate.
Did we pronounce it
Thank
right,
you,
Paul?
thank you.
Did we pronounce it right, Paul Hagl?
Haig. Yeah, is that right, Paul?
Oh, Hagl.
Hagl.
Well, the German pronunciation is Hagl, but I accept Hagl.
Paul Hagl!
Yay!
Thank you very much, buddy.
I'm Tony Shump, Ralph Nargala.
And I'm Dominic Antonio Sabana.
We'll see you next time on
SHUMPCAST.